and welcome to yet another cigar review from Living Simply and Fun. This time we will be reviewing the Plasceres that comes in a... It comes in a tin.
These little shavings that look like it's for hamsters.
Yes, it's hamster shavings. Actually, it's shaved
cedar.
It
smells like hamsters shavings too.
It's shaved cedar.
And,
it's a humidor.
In a tin.
So in a way, it's a cedar-lined humidor.
I told him he can use that if he wishes. So, tell us about this this stick.
Well, it is this is from Kuuts Cigars. Kuuts. They've been making cigars and selling them primarily in Europe for like the last 12 to 15 years.
So I gotta ask you, what happened to my cigar? Because I got 2 holes in it.
I did the same.
Why?
I figured I'd go overboard with the punch and see what it does. So anyways, this is the Plasceres, which translates to pleasures. We'll see if this is a little pleasure or not. It is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with a Habano Boquilla long filler and a Connecticut binder. And I did not look up any information on this Habano Boquilla because so often it's just hard to find these things.
If you need to know, this chair was my mother's and I inherited it. And I was thinking of pushing the recline button while smoking this because I had a little bit of wine, a decent meal, and I'm kind of tired, but I need to smoke this cigar. So,
into the scent test. Some hay, little cocoa, little earthiness.
2 holes in my cigar, which is usually not needed.
I just figured I'd give it a try. It's a 60 ring
It kind of looks like a little alien with these little holes. Look at that.
It's a pin snout. And that was a bird.
For all of you out there, normally...
Holy moly, Superman. I saw a bird.
All I'm picking up is hay in the end of this.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I do want to say, for the record, give me that 10.
A dry puff on this results in a flavor very similar to the La Diferencia Cubana. It's kind of a strawberry cream.
Now, for you all, this cost me $46, free shipping, and it comes in this little tin. For some of you out there, we don't know how well it is because we've tried discount cigars. A lot of people out there like to spend $10 to $20.
At least it's a really cool tin.
And it's
and
got
you get 25.
And you get this cool humidor disc on the bottom.
And this is a 6x60, so I guess this is bigger than their other ones.
Yes, and they're all 25. This one's 25 grand is 6x60s.
So I was trying to say that the dry puff has kind of a strawberries and cream flavor with like a mild cedar note. And so I look forward to giving this a try. I'm kind of expecting right now, from what I've gotten, a flavor very much like the La Diferencia Cubana.
The dry puff tastes like laundry soap. So let's see if this looks better tasting.
She says laundry soap, I say strawberries and cream. Mod.
Well, we'll find out when we do our first initial puff.
So far, very mild. Primary flavor cedar. Not too bad. A little bit of sweetness in there with the cedar.
2 holes, which is, don't know why he didn't do the center, but...
Okay, you want to know why our mutual friend, who's also a member of Cigar Cartel, Lawrence, posted a thing today about cut versus punch. And it had like a 60 ring gauge cigar pictured in the one with a double punch in the back. And I was like, I wonder how that would actually work. So I figured, heck, experiment time. And it's always worth trying something new.
Yeah, as long as, you know. But then again, I only got 23 of these left, and that means he doesn't get any more. I gotta give one to my cousin because, well, as you all know, because we're on a limited income, I chose these because they were $46
for $25. And then you got a nice box too at the same time, so this way it got you more cigars that way. So
excuse me for a second while I do something.
This is a true budget stick, and one of the things we do on our channel is we try to review budget sticks. Why? Because part of the deal of our channel is so that people who are on a fixed income or a limited budget could possibly find a decent daily smoke without having to try every single thing out there. And at the same time, some people are just trying to build up their humidors, and they can afford a $200 box now and then, but then they smoke it all by end of month, so if they could get a $20 to $40 bundle or box, and it's decent, then they could build up their humidor by buying 5 packs, etc. on top of that, until they have a good humidor. These work out to about $1.84 a stick.
Thank you. That's what I figured out. The calculator was kind of confusing to me. So
it's kind of got a very soft, creamy cedar. It's
I
not
agree.
too bad.
It's got a buttery, creamy cedar that's really good.
I agree with the
and
butter.
for $1.84 a stick, you can't complain.
Oh, heck not. Not so far.
And this is just for 6x60 if you didn't know.
So far, can't complain it whatsoever. If I can find some complaints, I'll let you know. But I will do it in a nice manner.
Did you guys know, for cigar, what do you call it? Cigar, not raffle, but cigar, what's that thing when you do things, you know, questions and answers and it's like a contest?
I don't know. Questions and answers like a contest.
Like Jeopardy, but you know, it's like you know, it's not a raffle, but it's anyway, cigar knowledge for you all, but this isn't a cigar knowledge thing. Aaron's hat is made of paper.
Partially paper, partially polyester. Kind of odd. I would wonder about lighting up the cigar and having the hat go up, but
let's try it.
No, you keep that cigar away. Otherwise, I'll make you eat it. Knock that off.
We're just trying to have some fun here on our channel. See, I'm having fun. Yeah, he's laughing about, you know.
And cue a drum solo. I said, and cue a drum solo. That does not sound like a drum solo.
You cue a drum solo.
Oh no, I was actually in my head thinking about the drum solo that's on the album from Bruce Fowler called Ants Can March, or Ants Marching or something. One of the most magnificent drum solos I've ever heard. It was in my head.
It says right here on the band, made in Honduras. It says handmade, so...
These are supposed to be very Cuban-esque, is what Kuuts was going for. And so far, I would agree that this is very Cuban-esque. It's got the mild flavors. It's got the buttery, creamy notes. It's very, very mellow and smooth. Not overpowering.
If you want something this cigar...
We've tried 7 different Cubans to this point.
This cigar, in my opinion, is for beginners. And you get this cute little tin that reminds us of the old days when everything was in metal tins, including our Prince Albert tin. If you watch the movie or the TV show Ranch House or that other one on YouTube, I can't remember the name of it now, the Frontier House, you'll find out that these little tins have gone out of style a long time ago for plastic bags.
I have a Hershey's one around. I also have one from Cadbury's.
No, I'm talking about when we were watching Frontier House together.
I know. Anyways, just to finish up here, as I was saying, this has all the creamy notes that I'd expect in a Cuban. From what I've tried, out of the 7 I've had, 6 of them had creamy notes. 1 was a fake, by the way.
Well, I mean, 6 of them we tried are real Cubans, and if you wanted to argue with us, go over to Brian at Cigar Obsession and let him dissect all the Cubans that you want to see, because the ones we had were real.
The thing is, I know where they came from. Because I know where they came from, I know they're real. Plain and simple. If you are questioning the authenticity, then you shouldn't have bought them from who you bought them from. I know people on Cigar Cartel that would agree with me. If you know the person you are buying from and you know that they are an honest dealer and that they can actually get real Cubans, then there's no reason to have somebody go cut them in pieces. The only reason you do that is because you picked them up from some guy on a beach and you don't know if they're good or not. More than likely they're not if you bought them from a guy on a beach. More than likely they're not if you bought them from some shady guy who's like, runs a brick and mortar that primarily sells cigarettes and he pulls out a box and says, I got some Cubans here. If you actually go to your own B&M and you've known the guy for years, even then you may not want to trust that he didn't get them from somebody else. But I know a couple people who actually work in other countries. They have the ability to get a hold of them. They know that where they get them is good. I trust them. So no reason to doubt that. Now, the one that we got that was a fake, the reason I know it was a fake was because it was supposed to be in a pyramid shape. It was a very sharp torpedo. It's supposed to be a light brownish wrapper, and it was a dark brown wrapper. And it just was the wrong Vitola. It doesn't come that size.
I got a question for you all for this first half.
But I still didn't finish.
Go ahead.
Anyway, speaking on these, this has, as I was trying to say numerous times, the creamy notes I've come to expect from a Cuban cigar. It's got the smoothness, it's got the texture, the complexities and the flavor, even though I'm only saying creamy, buttery cedar. This is what I'd expect from a Cuban. Of the best ones I've had, this fits the flavor profile. So when Kuuts said that they were trying to make a Cuban-esque style cigar, I think they did a good job so far.
Cuban sandwich type?
Mm-mm.
So, my question for you all is, if you know cigars better than I, which some of you might, I'm going to ask you 2 questions in a part. First question is, in the movie Tombstone, what type of cigar was Wyatt Earp, also known as Russell Crowe, smoking? And
now,
the second
this
one,
should be a twofold question.
And a question...
The first question of that is, does anybody know the type of cigar Wyatt Earp actually smoked? Which I believe was a cigarillo of some sort, or a, what do you call those? Cheroots. But number 2 is, in the movie, anybody know what was used in the movie to portray what he was smoking? Because he obviously wasn't smoking what Wyatt Earp really did. So, just a curiosity there. What was your other question?
My other question, because the Wyatt Earp one was...
I don't know why you have to fix that. It's...
Because I can.
Mine's burning perfect.
It wasn't. It actually had a huge thing where it's going to make a hangnail. So the Wyatt Earp question was the first question. The second question was, is what, and this is another one, what cigar was used in the movie for Crimson Tide? Remember, he had to say this is
the one that
command.
Yeah, and then he ended up saying that they're more expensive than drugs or whatever.
Yes, Crimson Tide.
Don't get too attached to them. That would be a curious question too. I would assume that it was probably Cuban without a wrapper on it. But in real life, what was it?
You gotta remember, in the late 1800s, Wyatt Earp was probably smoking a small Cuban because they didn't do the Cuban embargo. And then the final question, movie related, is this. What cigars were used in the movie Nixon with Anthony Hopkins? Because they show this guy with his jammed cigar like this. It barely fits his mouth. That was like 8 inches long. It's like, ha ha ha, after he's zipping up his zipper.
What about the custom-made cigars that obviously had to be custom-made for them to look so huge for Michael Clark Duncan in Daredevil? That's one that I would be more interested in.
I would like to see why they didn't put huge cigars custom made for Tommy Little Jr. or whatever, Tommy Lister Jr. in the movie Armageddon.
Or which one was it that Ron Perlman smoked in Hellboy? That's another good question. Or I should ask Ron Perlman himself, because I think there's a way to contact him fairly easily. I think he's one of the more accessible actors out there. He would know the answer, I think. Anyways, we will get into the halfway point of this and let you know if this is continuing to taste fairly similar to a Cuban.
Stay tuned. Thank you.
Hello, welcome back to the halfway point of this Plasceres. So far it has been a very good pleasure. And I'm going to end up saying that it is very Cuban-esque at this point. I'm still getting a lot of creamy notes. Slightly buttery, some sweetness in here, very mild, decent long finish, burns on a razor. I've had no problems whatsoever with the cigar, and for a 60 ring gauge, this is a very flavorful creature here. I'm thoroughly enjoying this so far.
This cigar is amazing for the price.
Good smoke output. $45 for a box. This is...
You think it's a bundle, but it ain't a bundle. It comes in these little
It's a tin.
tins.
It's a tin, and the tin is actually really cool. I could come up with hundreds of uses for those.
Humidor in the bottom, or at the top. And then they stick these
you showed
shavings
already.
in it. Man, I tell you, this is good. I think I might just get another...
These could easily be a daily smoke for the price. At least if you're on a budget. I could see doing it. Now, I'm wondering how it was for the last 3 years. I haven't heard anything about this. I wonder why in the last 3 or 4 years there hasn't been many reviews on them. Because these were fairly new when we got into smoking cigars on the market. And
I stopped having a hiatus from cigar smoking for... Once I stopped, it was 8 years. I got back to it 2 years ago, and since then I've been smoking non-stop. So I've been smoking almost 11 years.
Yep, off and on. Almost solid cigar a day for me for the last 2 years. But yeah, I could see these as a daily smoke in my rotation. Also, at the price point, I could take these outside, and if the wind ends up damaging them, oh well. If I drop them, oh well.
I just want to say, just
this
for
is
the
a good yard
record,
guard
for some
too.
of you out there on C2, this would make a good yard guard.
Oh, most definitely. I could see myself buying a box of these just so that I don't get into my finer cigars and use these as my cheapos to help get through the times. Eventually, I could build up 3 or 4 humidors if I do that. So... Anyways, we should get back to these people in about the final third here. So, I got nothing more to add.
Before I gotta say is I'm picking up pure cedar notes. I mean, this is just like a cedar bomb, but it's got a good finish, a good smoothness. It's got buttery creaminess.
I forgot the cedar in there. There is some nice cedar notes.
And this cigar is just fantastic. I mean, for the price. And I got the 6x60s. Next I might go with Toros just because of the price.
It is a little soft and squishy in spots, but, you know, I don't think that's a problem. And
when I was looking earlier tonight, I thought it said 20 cigars, but it says 25 in this. Usually when you buy a bundle for, you know, a bundle, say at Holtz or JR or...
It's 20.
It's 20, but here it's 25.
Well, the Osa Souls were 25 in a pack too.
Well, did you get a cool tin like this with the
No,
Osas?
I got a cool little box. If you keep playing with that tin, you're going to put dents all over it.
Oh, well, I have no clue what I'm going to do with the tin.
Save it. Collect it.
I might just get another one. These are
It
grand.
just goes to more Garswar swag. Garswar. Yeah, I'm changing it. Garswag is now Garswar. I don't even know if that's a good idea. It just came out. But that is a really cool looking tin.
This says something funny. It says, Presentu de Garantia Warranty Seal.
So, guarantee, huh?
Uh-huh. Right there, if you read it proper. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh yeah, apparently the tin itself is guaranteed to keep your cigar safe. And warranty. Once you break that seal, it's out of warranty though. So if for some reason you end up getting a smashed tin and all your cigars are ruined inside, you can have it replaced before you break that seal.
It's a good Honduran stick, in my opinion.
Oh, amazing so far.
And I really do like this little disc on the bottom.
I'm even getting a few strawberry notes come into this. And that's nice.
I'm getting bananas over strawberries.
Strawberry bananas. Okay, sounds good.
All right,
we'll see you in the final third.
third.
Hello, and welcome back to the final third of this Plasceres from Kuuts Cigars. Kuuts Cigars.
Like Old Man Kuuts?
Yeah, Kuuts.
Oh, okay, so it's close to Coots, like Old Kuuts.
Yeah, well, anyways, more of a Germanic spelling then. Anyways.
I should know I'm Germanic, and I love sausages.
The cedar flavors have increased, the body and strength of this has, and it's not as pleasing as it was in the first two-thirds where it was very Cuban-esque. Now it's kind of become its own beast on its own, and it's kind of got some tea leaf flavor in it, but and a little bit of spice. It's a little fuller bodied than some of the Cubans I've had would go. Still very pleasing. The smoothness and the creaminess are kind of gone for a little stronger, just straight up flavor. It's a good cigar though.
I agree with his words completely. You know, it's grown, it developed appetite, and then it devoured people, like Richard Helms said in the movie Nixon.
Now, one thing is, it's gotten very, very soft and squishy, and I can tell that it's kind of wanting to fall apart on me here too.
But for the price, can't complain. If you recommend it. So, do you recommend it?
For $45 for 25 of these, it would make a good daily smoke, especially the 6x6, because if it gets squishy and to the point you can't smoke it anymore at the end, you've still gotten your money's worth out of the stick. So,
yes, Mom.
nice amounts of smoke, very pleasing finish. It's a cigar I would buy numerous times.
Like I said in the middle and the beginning, I believe it is a cedar bomb. You can pick up a lot of cedar throughout, but it is worth the money. I mean, it's $1.64 a stick.
Very nice. So
and you get this cool little tin.
So for the money, I'd say go ahead and at least give one a try, and if you like one, then these can become a daily smoke, I think, for some people.
Agreed.
It is getting very, very hot, which is something that I don't like in a cigar when it gets this low. I'd like to smoke it another half inch or so, but I think this is close to nubbing because it's just too hot.
Throw a toothpick in it. I don't have the pipe rimmers.
That doesn't stop it from burning your lips, though. So, anyways, I got nothing further to say to you.
Nor do I. I agree that for $1.64 a stick, 25 sticks, a cool tin, it's worth the money. It's one of those hidden gems that you don't even think about.
I know Famous Smoke has 5 packs of these, too. So
they also have the Reserva, but the Reservas, including Thompson, are in a box, so...
Yep, so with that said, go ahead and add and subscribe to us. Leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions. And if you've smoked this and you agree or disagree, please go ahead and let us know. Just keep it nice is all we ask. And enjoy every puff.